One of the best things about, say, a Supreme Court confirmation hearing is that you get to see the U.S. Senate in action. But so far, the star of these hearings has not been Ketanji Jackson. It's been a junior senator from New Jersey called Cory Booker. Now, like Ketanji Jackson, Cory Booker is also a world-famous legal scholar, hence his seat on the Judiciary Committee.
How do you make jokes about Tucker Carlson, who actually is a joke? It seems Tucker is very upset at Cory Booker for his admiration of Ketanji Brown Jackson during her Senate confirmation hearings.
Booker attended not only Stanford and Yale Law School, but then went all the way to Oxford University in England on the coveted Rhodes Scholarship. He has quite a resume. If academic credentials still had any connection to ability or achievement, Cory Booker would be a very impressive person.
Tucker Carlson is very upset. Why? Because somebody was on TV admiring somebody who wasn't named Trump or Putin, and Tucker just can't understand that. I think Tucker just has a real problem with any woman who's not wearing thigh-high go-go boots like a green M&M should. So Tucker Carlson starts out on his little rant, his little story, talking about Cory Booker being a fraud and an actor, comparing him to Jussie Smollett. And he goes back to a story that Cory Booker told about coming from the hood in Newark and knowing some drug dealer named T-Bone, and the drug dealer didn't actually exist.
Quote, "I still remember my first month on the street," he said. "I walked up to this charismatic black guy my age called T-Bone, who was one of the drug lords. I said, 'Yo, man, what's up?' And he leaped up in front of me, looked me right in the eye and said, 'Who the blank do you think you are?' Now, T-Bone, as you probably concluded, was one of Newark's most notorious drug lords, and the two became close. The Rhodes Scholar and the crack slinger, united by a common love of the street. No one has seen T-Bone since that day. In fact, no one has ever seen T-Bone at any point ever, because T-Bone doesn't exist."
The moment you say T-Bone, I'm guessing that drug dealer did not exist. Drug dealers are more creative in name than T-Bone. Now, I don't know this story, and I don't know if this story is true or not, but I will say this. Tucker Carlson should never attempt black vernacular in any way. Tucker Carlson is the only guy who could make "yo man, what's up" sound too white. Forget about trying to say "bust a cap in your..." Tucker, the next time you ask someone to bust a cap in your, they're going to put down their gun and just laugh their ass off. I don't know if Cory Booker ever told the T-Bone story. I don't know if the T-Bone story is true or not. I will say this, though. Tucker, Cory Booker's lawyer, never went into court and said, "No reasonable person would ever believe Cory Booker." Isn't that what your lawyer said about you? Tucker is very upset about their education. Cory Booker and Ketanji Brown Jackson both went to Ivy League schools. As a matter of fact, Cory Booker is a Rhodes Scholar. And this really seems to bother Tucker Carlson, who said that you can't go to an Ivy League school and be oppressed.
They have definitely seen each other at Whole Foods or on the flight to Edgartown. For decades, these two pioneers have followed virtually identical paths. Both grew up in white-collar families, both went to multiple elite schools. Neither one has ever left the tiny world of credential-mongering NPR listeners who run this country. Now, it's been a struggle for both of them, but they've made it. Cory Booker and Kamala Harris share a knowing glance, as they have for years. It's the mutual recognition of the totally fraudulent. A faker knows a faker. Oh, you're pretending to be someone you're not? Me too.
Well, guess what, Tucker? You can. As a matter of fact, an Ivy League school is where you're going to be oppressed. It's where you're going to run into discrimination. Now, had they gone to HBCUs and said, "We were oppressed because of our race," that might be stretching. Going to a rich white school and saying you were oppressed or discriminated against or treated badly because you're black kind of fits a rich white school, Tucker. And shouldn't you know, you went to a private boarding school. Now, he also said if academic credentials had any connection to ability, well, guess what? They do. They do, Tucker. That's what academic credentials are. When you have an advanced degree from a very good school, people generally say, wow, you're probably going to be pretty good at whatever you do, whether it be senator or judge. It's called qualifications, Tucker. That's how you get the job. I know you know nothing about that, but that's how it works out here in the real world. Tucker Carlson is mad because they're smarter than him. And nothing angers a racist more than people of color who are smarter than they are. Just ask him about Barack Obama. Tucker says that Cory Booker didn't ask any real questions, and maybe he didn't. And Tucker Carlson was upset when Cory Booker said that, "Don't worry, my sister, God has got you." Well, saying God has got you, that probably scored points on the Lindsey Graham "What is your faith on a scale of 1 to 10" question. Yes, he did ask that of a sitting judge who's up for the Supreme Court. What is your faith on a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe the reason Cory Booker didn't ask any questions is because he couldn't come up with any questions as stupid as that. He didn't have any questions about child molesters getting out of jail early, which is really just some kind of dog whistle to the QAnon people. These QAnon people are locked in on this Democrats or child molester thing. Don't know where they get it from. It's a shame senators pander to it, but it's their thing. They like to talk about it. And Cory Booker didn't ask any stupid questions about teaching critical race theory because A, he knows judges don't teach, and B, sorry Ted Cruz, Cory Booker didn't have any children's books to present to a sitting judge who's about to go on the Supreme Court. Oh man, he just couldn't ask any more questions. And Tucker Carlson called him out for not asking questions about drinking in high school because he asked those of Kavanaugh. You know why, Tucker? Because Ketanji Brown Jackson wasn't drinking in high school. She couldn't have been drinking in high school or she wouldn't have got to the position she is today. That's what you don't understand, Mr. Carlson. People of color don't get a pass on dumb stuff like drinking in high school and getting in trouble. No, if they do that, their career ends before it starts. So no, he didn't ask her about drinking in high school. Now, one thing Tucker Carlson said that was true, and you really have to watch a Tucker Carlson video over and over to find truth. Watching a Tucker Carlson video over and over, painful. Young Turks, I thought you liked me. Why'd you make me do this? Anyway, the one thing Tucker Carlson said that was true, he said it wouldn't have mattered what Kavanaugh answered. Exactly, Tucker. It wouldn't matter what Kavanaugh answered. Kavanaugh was allowed to yell, "I like beer," and still be confirmed as a Supreme Court justice.
I drank beer with my friends. Almost everyone did. Sometimes I had too many beers. Sometimes others did. I liked beer. I still like beer.
Let me tell you something. You can't yell, "I like beer" at a fast food job interview and get the job. So yeah, Tucker, it wouldn't matter what Kavanaugh said. Finally, Tucker, let me tell you something. We are all in on it. Okay, that's right. All us black people are in on it. Because whenever you see a black person getting arrested or a black person involved in a scandal or some kind of crime on the news, you kind of act like, all those black people are in on it. They're all supporting them. We're all in it together. Well, guess what? You are looking at black excellence. Ketanji Brown Jackson is going to be the first black woman on the Supreme Court. And yeah, we are all in on it. We are proud of her. We love her. We know how hard she had to fight for every step of her career. Did she go to an Ivy League school? You better believe it. She earned it. Has she been sitting on the bench? Yes, because she earned it. Has she been confirmed by the Senate already numerous times? Yes, because she earned it. And let me tell you something, Tucker. I agree with you. I agree. I don't want the Republicans to vote for her to confirm her on the Supreme Court. I want every Republican to follow Mitch McConnell and his nonsense saying, "Oh, I was going to vote for her, but now I won't." No, don't. You know why? Because I want Kamala Harris, a black woman, to be the deciding vote to put Ketanji Brown Jackson on the Supreme Court. And I want every black little girl in America, every little girl of color in America, to watch those two women who are the epitome of black excellence and say, "I can do it too." Yeah, Tucker, we're all in on it.